Hey guys, Captain America Comics here again, back at you with another haul. Actually, I have two mini hauls to go through today. I know I've been promising you guys I'd get to box 2 of my amazing $100 haul that had like 700 comics in it, but I'm sorry guys, I've been really slacking. Spring is finally here in Ontario, and I'm an avid fisherman, so pretty well all the free time I got, you know, when I'm not picking up comics, I'm out there on the water doing a little fishing, catching some fish. So apologize for the wait, that's just one of my other hobbies. So yeah, let's get started. I went to it was a garage sale actually, but the guy posted it on Kijiji that he had a ton of books, and he showed pictures. He had tons of long boxes there, so figured I'd take a little drive out and check out what he had. And sure enough, I was able to, you know, do an old pick and choose. He's got a lot of, he used to own a bookstore, apparently. So the prices that are on here, he gave me this, less 25%. And then he gave me one final deal at the end of it, so a pretty sweet deal here. Yeah, so let's get started. First one up is X Factor number 25. This would be the second app of Archangel, I believe. Pretty sweet cover. I love Apocalypse. This book I've been trying to get my hands on for a while, actually, and I can never seem to find it for a decent price. It's always going for absurd amounts on eBay, as you guys probably know. I'm sure quite a few of you already got a copy of this. But yeah, it's a very fine plus copy of the Infinity Gauntlet number 1. Pretty psyched to have that. Finally. I think I saw this in Mercenaut's video, so big shout out to Mercenaut for letting me know this is the first appearance of Felicity Smoke. He had this in there as one of his underrated keys, so, you know, I'm just listening to you guys and taking my cues from you. Pretty cool cover too. I love it in the 80s they had all this, you know, really lame computer background stuff. This is Mike Grell's Green Arrow and the Longbow Hunters, book 2 of 3. Actually, my buddy picked up book 1 and 3 at the flea market the other day, so I thought I'd pick this one up for him. So this one's actually not my copy, but I will get my hands on that mini-series eventually. This, you know, I couldn't pass up. Savage Dragon, crossover with the Ninja Turtles. Big Turtles fan. Probably not going to be a big fan of the new movie they got coming out, but that's another story. Something about the noses bothers me. This book, it's not worth anything. The Toxic Avenger number 1. I love Toxie. I mean, anything Trauma, anything really cheesy, 80s gore movies. Really cool cover though, I love the art in this one. Now, I don't know who was showing this, but I saw it in someone's video the other day. It's basically when Stain takes over Stark International. You know, he had it on there for $3, so figured, hey, why not? Less 25%, plus whatever other deal he gave me at the end of it all. This was a pretty sweet little stealth buy. I had this guy here for only $3. And this is the first Rhodey who would become War Machine. So I was pretty psyched to pick that one up. Aha, I got one of these now finally. Spider-Man number 1, the gold variant. I have the silver, now I have the gold. So I was happy to add that to my collection. Yeah, all aboard. Had to get me one of these. Been trolling all the dollar boxes for one, and I finally found one. First appearance of, I think his name is Snowblind. It's the dude that, you know, does all the chotch to get his superpowers. Marvel Comics Presents #1. That's a really cool cover with Wolverine. I mean, book's not really worth more than a few bucks, but hey, why not? I like Wolverine. Love the purple on that cover. You guys may have heard me before. Purple's my thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures #1. Now this is the Archie Adventure series. I used to have this poster when I was a kid. So when I saw this and it's a #1, I was like, I couldn't pass it up. And sure enough, I looked online, you know, these are going for, you know, 10 to 20 bucks, somewhere in that range. So for him to ask $4, I was like, oh yeah, it's a really nice copy. Marvel Milestone edition of The Amazing Spider-Man 129. You know, reprint of the first Punisher. God, you know, I want to give a shout out here, but I can't remember who was telling me these things are actually going for like 20 bucks on eBay right now. So sure enough, I watched that vid, and next day I'm going through this guy's boxes and I seen one of those, and I also saw one of these, which is going for a few bucks more actually. Spidey #1. Yeah, sorry about my ghetto setup here. This is actually a napkin holder. Couldn't find anything else that worked efficiently at the moment. You know what, I'm going to save up and get some like good gear to do this, guys. I apologize if it's poor quality. I actually switched it up a little bit. I got a LED flashlight up there, kind of bring out the color a bit. Yeah, Captain America 360. The Bloodstone Hunt. 4 of 8. First appearance of Crossbones? Something like that. I should know. So, really psyched on this. This is the second printing of Amazing Spider-Man 265. Now, I have the original one twice now, but I've been looking all over the place for this one, so I was really psyched to pick up a copy of this. I like the silver on it, looks really cool. And it's actually worth a few bucks more than the first print. Oh yeah. It's about time I pick up one of these holographic covers. Amazing Spider-Man 365, 30th anniversary issue. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. So, a couple bucks, can't complain. Deadpool #1. You know, it's not worth too much, but I didn't have it, and I like the red embossed cover here. You know, all the letters kind of pop out. And I don't know, I think this might be his first full title appearance, so maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. House 2, the second story. So, you know, all the horror and zombie fanatics may remember this movie from the 80s. Pretty awesome movie. So, you know, had to get it, why not? Alright, this was my big stealth buy. I was pretty happy to find a nice copy of this. And he wanted $3.50 for it. Of course, less 25% again. And it's a very fine plus copy. I mean, really good shape. There's, you know, maybe one spine nick in it, but even the corners are nice and sharp. No blunting or anything like that on it. This is actually my second copy now. My other one's near mint. This one, again, this one's not worth very much, but it's worth the world to me, actually, because this is the first comic I ever owned. and I still have my original copy. My dad bought it for me back in 1993, and he told me to hold on to it, son, because one day it might be worth a ton of money. And of course, at that time I was only like 6 years old, 7 years old actually. And I did my best. I mean, it's still in pretty good shape. I'd say it's fine, but this is definitely a near mint copy. It's really sharp looking, and I figured, hell, may as well upgrade. You know, my dad passed away about 1.5 years ago, so in a way I'm kind of keeping my promise to him to keep this book in perfect condition, because one day it might be worth a lot of money. Oh, the lies we were told in the 90s. Yeah, this is an X-Men annual giant size edition, number 10. This is when Longshot joins the X-Men. So it's not his first appearance, but I do also own his first appearance. Really cool cover too. I think we got an X-Babies appearance in this one. Pretty early X-Babies appearance. Alright, so the next part of my haul I actually picked up at Comicon. I went to Ottawa Comicon this weekend, just for one day out of the 3-day event. Went on the Sunday. Picked up a few books there. Well, pretty fair prices. Some of the stuff was outrageous though, you know. I'm looking at, you know, they had like Batgirl Adventures #1. That thing's going for like $40-50. Here I am thinking I'm going to be able to troll through the dollar boxes, pick it up for a couple bucks, you know. No, these guys know their stuff. They're not messing around. That's why they're in the business, right? So yeah, Superheroes Battle Super Gorillas #1. I couldn't pass this up. You know, it's not really a money book by any means, but $6, and he cut me a few dollars off that, and I just think it's a really cool cover. You know, I love King Kong, I love apes and stuff, and any kind of wacky cover like this I'm immediately drawn to. So I'm going to try to get it to focus in there. Yeah, pretty cool book. Well, I'm not sure if it was Hero Hunter or maybe Omega Shin Ryu Ken that was showing this one off the other day. Cobra #1. You know, again, not a big money book, but you know, he's a pretty cool minor character from DC, and you know, it's his first comic, so may as well. I don't know if you guys watch my other videos, but you might find I'm all about the Canadiana. Anything Canadian. You know, I'm a proud Canadian. Actually, my whole family are immigrants to Canada. I'm the only one that's born on Canadian turf, so anything Canada in it, anything patriotic, you know, I like to collect in terms of the comic book. So this actually comes out from the guys that do Heroes of the North. And it's called the Canadian Shield. The cover is an obvious ode to Captain America #1, where he's punching out Hitler, only instead this is the Canadian Shield dressed up in his World War II attire, busting through a brick wall and punching out Hitler. Never mind this 10 cents, you know, it's just made to look old. I think the book was actually like $5. Another book here, we got Heroes of the North #1. And these guys are pretty cool. They got some nice art in it. And we actually went to, you know, one of their seminars they were doing about comic book creation and, you know, how they basically set it all up and do the scripts, and then, you know, the different artists and the different renderings that they'd come up with. And this series here, Heroes of the North, it's an all-Canadian comic book. Every single superhero in it essentially is from a different province of Canada, and they all have a wacky superpower, so it's kind of like a funny book. This chick up here, Nordique, she's got these freeze gauntlets where she can basically freeze you. But he was trying to explain it. It's not like she throws ice, it's more like she throws like Novocaine at you. So none of them really have superpowers, they just have like funky equipment that make them superheroes. This guy up here is called the Canadian. He's from Ottawa. Fleur de Lis, she's from Quebec. She's got the ice gauntlet she can freeze you with. This chick down here is from Vancouver. Obviously, an ode to the old Vancouver Canucks jerseys with the red and yellow. Then we got this guy, 8-Ball, and he's like their Deadpool ripoff. You know, he's kind of the comedic, crazy man. This guy, I forget what he's called, but he's just the giant marauder type. Yeah, so pretty cool. I picked up number 2 of that series as well. And he's got some pretty cool art in these books too. I mean, Neil Adams' son, John Adams, has done a lot of the pencils for this. Also, each one of these books are about 80 pages. They're considered omnibus. And one of the stories is done completely by Dan Parent, who's the guy that does all the Archie comics right now. He's kind of been the face of Archie for X amount of years. So it's kind of neat, kind of the afterlife with Archie style, but it's more superhero bound. The next ones are the one I was really happy to get because Neil Adams was there, which I was pretty psyched on. So I got my Superman 485 or Action Comics 485, signed by Neil. And I just love this cover. Pretty iconic cover. He's actually selling prints of this one there at his booth. Anyways, I got to talking to him. He's kind of a wacky dude, to be honest with you. But really, really nice. This one, Action Comics 466. This is a near mint copy of 466. And even Neil suggested that I get this one CGC'd. He said he hasn't seen one in this good of shape in a long, long time. So I was pretty happy to get his signature on this guy too. Alright. Guys, I'm so stoked on this right now. Like, I've been looking for this book forever, and now I got the first series pretty much in its entirety from the relaunch in the 90s, but this is the original Captain Canuck #1 near mint plus. Yeah, you know what? It cost me $20. It did cost me $20, and I was more than happy to pay it. Alright, so my last one I'm going to leave you guys with, this is the Amazing Spider-Man 667. This is the Montreal Comicon variant, and I couldn't pass this up, guys. I had to have it. It was, I'm not going to lie, it was $50. And I bought this one off Neil's table. He had some of the exclusives. But it basically encompasses some of my favorite stuff, right? You got hockey, love hockey, Canadian. It's a Spider-Man cover, which I love Spidey, and Fantastic Four. Some of my favorite Marvel superheroes. And it's signed by Neil Adams, of course. He's my favorite cover artist. So, yeah, really happy with this one. Oh, and as you see, picked up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Collection #1 and Book 1 of Preacher. So it's both of those I will probably never own a first edition copies of. Well, shouldn't say never, but as you may know, they're pretty hard to come by. So I really wanted to read them, and I'm loving Preacher. I'm not quite done that one yet, but really amazing. The artwork's kick-ass, and I can't believe how badass the turtles are. You know, I grew up in the 90s. I remember the TV show, and like, man, looking back at that, they're so hokey, but in this one, they're like, you know, cutting people, and there's blood and gore, and, you know, it's really adult themed, more or less. So really cool. Really happy with those. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. In a couple days, I'm finally going to get around to this big box behind it. We're going to do the whole box over a couple videos. And I'm sure you're going to see some more keys in there, but that'll be part 2 of my $100 comic book haul. Thanks for watching.